US sports betting operators are racing to build super apps which bundle sportsbook, casino and prediction markets into one platform. Let's find out the details. We're joined by Tom Waterhouse from Waterhouse VC. Tom, welcome back.
Thanks, Andrew.
Why are they doing this? I mean, I'll look at some of the larger, particularly those prediction markets, Polymarket, Kalshi and so on. Why are we seeing this develop?
Look, the US market's really changed over the last 15 years. Obviously, in 2012, they had fantasy, which sort of broke down some of the regulations that banned sports betting completely. So FanDuel and DraftKings launched then. And then in 2018, PASPA was repealed, which allowed the states to determine whether they allowed sports betting. And then in the last couple of years, everything's been upended because suddenly these prediction markets are financial products. So sports betting is allowed in around 37 states. iGaming's allowed in 7, but there are plenty of states like Florida and California that didn't allow sports betting or iGaming. And these prediction markets, because they're federally allowed, are allowed in every state. So it's really changed the game in the market. Kalshi, Polymarket have grown dramatically. There wouldn't be, basically they're front and center everywhere. And so the incumbents, DraftKings and FanDuel, have said, well, we need to get into that space. And DraftKings have launched just recently a super app which allows sports betting in the states that have sports betting, allows iGaming in the states that have iGaming, but also prediction markets in all the states. So the reason why they do this is the ability to acquire customers has got tougher and tougher. The cost to market has gone up, and also the restrictions have also come in. So once you get a customer, you want to get the highest lifetime value from that customer. So keeping them sticky within the DraftKings ecosystem or the FanDuel ecosystem has become really important.
So is that a one-stop shop?
It's a one-stop shop. So you can basically toggle across all of them. So in the States, obviously, they would love you to be an iGaming customer playing like online slots. In those 7 states, you can do that. They want you to be a proper sports betting customer in the states that have sports betting. But if you don't have either of those 2 products, well, prediction markets is a great also product that you can have in the states that don't allow those 2 other products.
Do you see the likes of Polymarket and Kalshi do have that leverage to perhaps dominate in this space, given what they already offer?
Yeah, no, they've got a big advantage in it's the new thing. It's created people that wouldn't normally talk about betting are talking about what's happening on Kalshi, because it's whether it's politics to current events, and also they've got the ability that they are doing something that's allowed in all states. So California and Texas and Florida, they're big states that allow you to basically have sports bets. But also they're mirroring a lot of the existing sports betting products into this prediction market style. And I think from a customer interface point of view, it's a very interesting way the customer interacts, and it's proving to be really popular.
Yeah, to that point. So is this a user-driven betting market that they set up then? So you go there and you can bet on literally anything?
Literally anything. So it's similar to what we have in Australia Betfair, which isn't quite a prediction markets, but it's basically peer-to-peer betting and probability based, that one side thinks that one side will win, the other side thinks it will lose, and basically they come to a market together. And that's what prediction markets have done. And it's proved to be really popular, and yeah, FanDuel and DraftKings have got into that space. And look, they've got a big advantage because they have huge revenues, huge existing database, and proven track record. FanDuel, owned by Flutter, have done it all around the world. But it's definitely been a big game changer, and you've probably seen it with their share price, both DraftKings, but especially Flutter's share price in the last sort of 8 months has dramatically dropped.
So how are the regulators keeping pace, and how are those various jurisdictions across the states in particular taking their cut?
Yeah, so that's an issue. So in Nevada, they've said, well, look, no, this isn't allowed. You're not allowed to have these prediction markets. This is a state-regulated sports betting and iGaming. But then federally, they've said, no, it's federally allowed, and that overrides the state. And so that legal battle is happening in a couple of states now. So how it plays out, and how it plays out under different administrations, is yet to be seen. And I think that's the value in the market. You can have very bullish outlook on the prediction markets and very bearish on the incumbents, or you can say, actually, this is just a blip in the market. The incumbents, when regulation changes, they will bounce back. And that's, yeah, there's definitely some big players in the market investing also investing in both players. And so we obviously invest in the B2B layer. We don't invest in B2C, but it's going to be very interesting to see what happens.
You talk about big players in betting markets. Let's look at one individual in particular, not a company, but a man. That is Tony Bloom, which many people may have heard of, but like he's got a finger in many pies, hasn't he? So, what, professional sports gambler, poker champion, data-driven entrepreneur, owns, what, a footy club?
He owns Brighton Football Club. He owns 19% of Melbourne Victory. He owns a Belgium club, and he obviously owns Hearts, which nearly won the Scottish League on the weekend. First time a team outside the top two had nearly won it since, I think, like 1985 or something. So he's an amazing guy. He's been a top football betting syndicate for many years now. Huge teams of people computing large data sets and betting all over the world on football and many other things. And what he's been able to achieve with a significantly lower budget than the main teams, and take those teams like Brighton and Hearts and won the Belgium League also, is amazing. And obviously Matthew Benham, who's one of the largest soccer syndicates in the world as well, he's done that with Brentford. And I think every team in the world has heard of Moneyball. You know, everyone's using data analytics, but what the difference is with these large betting syndicates is they are refining their models and their analytics in the toughest market in the world. So if you can't win in a betting market, your bankroll disappears pretty quickly, and you're getting that real-time feedback on how it's going across all different markets all the time. It's not waiting 3 to 5 years to see how a team plays out. So their ability to understand and get a much more refined, better data point than basically anyone else in the world, they've been proven to be able to do it in the betting markets, but also in these sports team markets now for the last decade.
So Bloom set up Star Lizard.
Star Lizard,
at the turn of the century.
Yes.
How has that developed? I see it's described as the Goldman Sachs for gamblers. But so he uses these super computer modelling, does he? But
yeah.
I would have thought now AI has caught up to that. How would he be using it?
So it's amazing. So far, AI is constantly changing, but what we've seen so far is that AI has enhanced the existing big syndicates. It's very easy to come up with a model that looks like it can win with AI, but unless you've built these models before and you actually understand the intricacies of how to build them, and you have the unique data sets. So they have data sets on leagues that aren't even on TV, you know, all over the world. So it's really, AI has been able to enhance the existing syndicates, but to actually build a betting syndicate that can win and bet globally and has significant edge at scale, we haven't seen that yet. Now that doesn't mean to say AI's advancements are like this. So, but yeah, he's been amazingly successful and got like 1,000 people in the UK and 600 people globally. This last I heard in terms of team size, and probably world's best betting syndicate on football, but on many sports. He's done amazing things.